Power meter. This episode's about testing out the new Stride power meter. I tried it a little over a year ago when it was a chest strap. Not so good. They've worked some bugs out, and now it's mainly just a foot pod, and this is my third run with it. So far, so good. I think, I know power is really going to be beneficial for ultra training, training in the mountains, training on trails. So, we're going to talk power in watts. No. We're going to talk force production. Nope. We're going to talk force absorption. Okay? Yes, force production helps with speed and all that jazz, but force absorption is the key to longevity, to health, and all things good with running. I'm halfway up Snow King, did about 500 feet of climbing in half a mile, headed up to the divide. Let's go. Most injuries to function happen on the landing, the force absorption, and why foot strike is so important. Foot strike is so important. Foot strike is so important. If we have a bad landing, running, heel striking, lots of force absorption, everything is going to go awry. Everything starts, stability, strength, muscle firing patterns, everything starts with your landing. Everything starts with your landing. Everything starts with your landing. Ooh, it's too warm. They're calling for in the 20s today. Late September, actually my birthday. So birthday run, but it's in the high 30s, so way overdressed. Anyways, how do we develop a better chassis, better suspension system for our running and our force absorption, our landing? Well, we've got to get away from heel striking, which is tremendous amount of force absorption, to a subtle forefoot to heel strike. For those of you who have anxiety flying in an airplane, traveling in an airplane, what are you most worried about? The takeoff or the landing? The landing. It's more jarring. Here in Jackson Hole, our runways are very short, so you got to brace yourself with your arms against the person in front of your seat. So it's all about the landing for preserving your body and, again, coiling energy to allow the force production, the takeoff, to be really good. So, all I'm doing is working my way up the mountain. Nice, short, quick cadence, all forefoot to heel striking, training my body, have a good landing, and training my body to coil and conserve and release energy. Our first line of stability is our foot. That fires our arch, stabilizes our foot, stabilizes our knee, fires our glute muscles. Everything starts with how you use the feet. And oh, by the way, these shoes are awesome. The Dynafit Vertical Feline Pro, one of my shoes of the year, 2018. 4mm drop, all the protection you need, nice and flexible, kind of the perfect of everything. Why it was one of my go-to shoes this year. So picking a nice flexible shoe is also going to help you feel the ground, you use and utilize your foot appropriately. Before you think you need to develop more strength, more power in the gym, if your force absorption, if your feet aren't ready for it, all that strength you're building is not going to help you, and it's actually going to hinder you, because your force absorption, your landing, is not going to be able to support the strength and power that you're developing in the strength room. So it's all about the feet, all about the landing, and then working on the takeoff. So I'm 2.5 miles in. Right there's 1,000 feet of climbing, and way in the distance there is the Tetons. So keeping my watts right above 240, still keeping it aerobic, but again I'm focused on nice quick cadence, keeping everything underneath me, and most importantly, forefoot to heel strike. Now, not only training for my threshold power, but I'm also training my chassis, my shock absorption, my land. I'm at 3.4 miles, 1,500 feet of climbing, and time to turn around, which allows me to work on my landing. It's kind of, like I said, it's September. Every year I start easy on the downhills and progress, always working on good form and get faster and faster with good form. So now that it's September, I can hit the downhill pretty fast with good landing. Again, eccentric landing, working on shock absorption, force absorption. We can use the downhills to do that. So treat the downhills well. One of your most important tools to work on everything we've talked about, but you have to do it well. Forefoot to heel. Slow it up, keep everything underneath you. All right, let's rip it. Focused, but relaxed. Stay relaxed on the downhill. Lead with your hips. Focus on your foot strike. Having good foot strike on the way down, you gotta be patient. This is just like we talked, using your feet, using your arch for stability. This is gonna set up your knee stability, your hip and glute stability. Everything takes place with how you use your feet, and you've got to use the downhills in a good way. It can be in a bad way. If you're reaching out, heel striking, pull it back in, be patient, use your body the right way, it'll treat you well. You'll stop using your hip flexors for stability. You'll stop overtaxing your quads and your IT band, and those won't get tight. All of a sudden, all this tightness goes away. Be patient, be an athlete. Really pretty happy with this Forefoot pod by Stride. So much better than the original heart rate strap. Now I can wear my normal heart rate strap with my Sunto, and everything syncs. You don't have to pair it every time. Once it's an initial pair and sync, and then I can just see my watts as I run. And more importantly, now I have a way to assign intensity, effort, watts, power, force on uphills for my mountain runners, my ultra runners, trail runners. Now it's something black and white, so I'm really excited to continue to utilize this tool and more importantly help it to continue to help my athletes. So all right, I beautiful fall day. Let's finish it up. Headed down Snow King. Good morning, how's it going? Morning. I love making people say good morning.